Hey wrestling fans, welcome to another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic for Friday, August 19th, 2016, episode 157. And on today's episode, I am going to be recapping last night's TNA Impact Wrestling on Pop. But first, I want to get to just a little bit of news. It broke yesterday, one more suspension due to a violation of the wellness policy. This time it's Eva Marie, another female talent being suspended for violating the wellness policy, and the third suspension in just 2 days, including Paige and Alberto Del Rio. And who knows if there's going to be any more the next few days as we head into the big weekend coming up with NXT TakeOver and SummerSlam. And now to get on to last night's TNA Impact Wrestling on Pop. And we see highlight video focusing on last week's action. Bobby Lashley is backstage with the new TNA Impact Wrestling president, Billy Corgan and Dixie Carter. And then we see Aaron Rex. And then we see the Cowboy James Storm come to the ring, and he calls out Brian Hebner on that mistake that he made last week when he was getting Jeremy Borash out of the ring. Storm had Lashley pinned, but did not win and become the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And Storm wants a rematch. And the fans in the Impact Zone also want a rematch. And now we see the TNA president, Billy Corgan. And Corgan says, wins and losses. And you lost. Maybe you can't win the big one. And then Storm goes outside the ring, goes underneath, gets a toolbox, pulls out a hammer, and he says he built the house and he's going to tear it down. He mentions how AJ Styles left, how Bobby Roode left, but he stayed because he loves the company. And security comes in the ring at this time. Storm hits one of them, and then he goes to leave. And then as he's leaving, Corgan says that he is suspended indefinitely. And we see him in the back as he drives away, leaves the Impact Zone. Mike Bennett and Maria are in the back with Moose. And Moose is in action next, taking on Eddie Edwards. Bennett gets involved a little bit. Moose wins with the GTH. And now Maria and Allie are in the back with Jade, and Maria tells her if she loses to Gail Kim tonight, she will never get another title shot at the TNA Knockouts Championship. And that match is up next. Gail Kim versus Jade. And Sienna interferes. So it looks like it's Gail Kim winning by a DQ. Sienna hits the AK-47 onto Gail Kim on the floor, then goes and attacks Jade. And like I said, it looks like Gail Kim got the victory, but Maria gets on the mic and says Gail Kim is a failure. Lashley now with some of the X Division stars in the back, and he says he has a big announcement that he will make in the ring. And we have an X Division match up next. It is DJ Z, Rockstar Spud, Mandrews, and Braxton Sutter. And the winner gets a title shot at the X Division champion. And Billy Corgan is in the back with Dixie Carter. And then we see EC3 in the ring. He calls out Drew Galloway. And EC3 accepts the challenge the challenge that was put out by Galloway the week before, where they have a match and the winner gets the TNA World title shot at Bound for Glory. And then we see the new Impact Wrestling signee, Aaron Rex. And he says that he will be the special referee for the match next week, where the winner will receive the title shot. And Lashley says he's been cheated. Or, not Lashley, excuse me. Galloway says he's been cheated by EC3. And in the back now, we see Eli Drake. And Lashley interrupts him. And Drake tells Lashley he wants a match and he wants all the titles. But Lashley says he has bigger fish to fry. And then as he walks away, he passes Sienna, kind of teasing that maybe he might go after the Knockouts Championship to get all the titles. And we see a segment featuring Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero getting ready for the ladder match tonight, where a shot at the Tag Team Championships are on the line. Eli Drake is in the ring now, and he calls out Lashley, but instead is Mahabali Shera who comes out, and Shera says, "Shut up and fight me, you dummy, yeah," mocking Drake. They have a match. Drake gets the win. Billy Corgan and Dixie Carter ask Lashley about his announcement, and Lashley says he'll make that announcement in the ring. Lashley comes to the ring and he calls out Billy Corgan and Dixie Carter, and he says the TNA King of the Mountain Championship is garbage. He throws it down. But before that, actually, he says he wants to unify him. But Dixie and Billy do not like that. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of order. And then he does the same. He throws down the X Division Championship as well. And he leaves those titles in the ring, walks up the ramp, and then Billy Corgan makes an announcement about next week for an open invitational battle royal that will take place next week on Impact Wrestling, where the winner will receive a TNA World Heavyweight Championship match against Lashley. So that battle royal will take place next week. And it is now time for the Impact Wrestling main event of the evening. And it is a 4-team ladder match. And the winning tag team will receive a tag team title shot against the Decay. I'm guessing that this match will take place at Bound for Glory. And it is the Bromans, the Tribunal, Helms Dynasty, and Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. Very good main event, I thought. I thought this match had a lot of exciting action in it. Very good ladder match. For TV, I thought it was pretty good. And they did a couple spots where Broken Matt was biting everybody in the face, and then even one part in the match, he even teased going over to Raquel and biting her, the guru of the Bromans. But Robbie E made the save, and then Jesse Goddard came in and they double teamed him. And then it is Broken Matt and Brother Nero who are victorious and get the title shot. So now for the TNA World Tag Team Championships, it will be the DK taking on Broken Matt and Brother Nero. should be a very good match, in my opinion. I'm looking forward to seeing the feud building up to the match between these two tag teams. And of course, you got Rosemary with Abyss and Crazy Steve. But who knows, maybe Ruby Sky could always be in the corner with the Hardys. And should be a good match. That was last night's TNA Impact Wrestling. In my opinion, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. And we got a big weekend of wrestling coming up tonight. Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. Got also on the WWE Network tonight, you got Legends with JBL with Sting. And then tomorrow, you got WWE NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 2, which could be the best show of the whole weekend. And then it ends with Sunday SummerSlam, 5 p.m. SummerSlam kickoff for 2 hours. Then 7 p.m. is SummerSlam, which is expected to be 4 hours, but you never know. The last few pay-per-views or so have had some overrun, so it could be actually a little longer than that. And I know I hear some podcast hosts saying on some other podcasts, they say there's too much wrestling, they complain about it, but in my opinion, there is no such thing as too much wrestling. I am definitely looking forward to this weekend. Should be great. And locally here in Michigan, tonight you got Pro Wrestling All-Stars in Melvindale at Play Atlantis. And then tomorrow night you got TWA in Westland at the Salvation Army. And I hope to have another show up maybe tomorrow where discuss the results of the Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view, talk a little bit NXT TakeOver, maybe give predictions, SummerSlam, talk about that of course, maybe sometime tomorrow, and coming soon also, very soon, a new episode of Clash Wrestling 360, the podcast that is all about the collective league of adrenaline, strength, and honor. 27th is coming up, All Out War, one of my favorite Clash Wrestling events of the year. And that is all for this episode. Hope to be back soon for some more, but until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.